Community relations. I'll be presenting to you today issues in community relations. Many organizations, because of issues involved in community relations, hire community relations officer. At some point, they even hire an officer at the level of a manager or management staff or even directorate. Community relations is a very important issue in public relations and general management. The community of your organization is a key stakeholder of the organization. That is where your organization is located. That is where your organization is operating. Without good community relations, your organization cannot survive. You must negotiate your entrance into the community. Yes, by law, you own the premises, but culturally or by tradition, it belongs to the community where you are operating. Sometimes you engage in a long leasehold on the land, and sometimes it's an outright purchase. But when the community make it difficult for you to operate there, you will have to leave. And I'm sure no organization will want a situation that they will leave their investment where they have started it. So companies are taking the issue of community relations seriously so that they can have a mutual relationship between themselves and the community where they are located. Without that, the operations of the business will be disrupted. In recent years, you have had restiveness of the youth in communities where some organizations are located. In some cases, in oil and gas, where they made operation very difficult. In manufacturing, you have cases like that. And what I think the company should do is to have a community relations policy. How do you relate with various stakeholders in the community? How do you work with the community for the benefit of the community and the organization? You have a mutual relationship to benefit from each other. As much as the community may want to drive you away if they are not satisfied, they also will have something to lose when they do that. But the company will lose more because a company is not a government, and therefore the community can do without the company. And when the company exits, another one will come in. But if you have a good community relations policy, it is likely that you will be in that community for a long time to come. Now, draw up a plan of what you think the community will need from you. You have the issue of corporate social support, corporate social responsibility, corporate social audit. What are the needs of the community within your budget? It is not something you just do off cuff. It must be budgeted for. You must work with the accounts department. It must be in the financial plan of the company. How you want to operate in the first year, second year, third year, on the long term, and how do you measure the benefit of such you are doing for the community on the overall image of the organization. Community relations matter is a matter of image, and any negative image can disrupt your organization. Don't forget that some percentage of your workers will live within the community. Don't forget that some percentage of your customers will live within the community. Don't forget that some percentage of the security personnel who are working with your company as internal and external security people will live within the community. And people will pass the community coming to see you. Whatever positive or negative image you have will affect your relationship with other stakeholders. And also let your management know that community relations service is not an eye service. That is to say, you don't just do it because you think some people would say something. You should do it because you think it's an integral part of the corporate plan of your organization to keep your existence in the community. And when you have a plan for them, you should execute it. Put a competent officer in charge who will allow you to execute them. You must be able to give a percentage of your workforce to the community. It may not be management staff, but there are some percentage that could go to the community. Maybe junior staff, maybe people at the gatehouse, maybe people in the reception, and also give them chance if they are occupied, if they are qualified to be in the operational staff of the organization. Once they begin to see this good signal, they will think they are part of the company, which they should be, because it is not their own investment, but it's an investment in their community that is also benefiting them. And for all you care, some of the shareholders could even be from the community. Sometimes you may cite your organization in your community where you have lived or you were born or you are from. It doesn't mean that you should take them for granted. Work with the community leaders. Don't be political about what you are doing. Don't join forces against the community. Work with them on issue of security, securing your premises, and also securing the community where you are operating. And also ask them questions. Let them have an open day that they will have access to your premises to see how you are doing. There should be policy on secrecy and what should not be disclosed to the general public, but that does not mean that they should not have some facts about you. So that if there is any news on your community, they are your willing ambassador to defend you and let people know how well you are doing. Also, when you embark on community relations program, do a subtle media relations. Let people know you are responsible to the community where you are located. It is not blowing your trumpet. It is letting people know that you are a responsible corporate citizen. And if there is any error, work with the community. If there is an explosion, work with them. If there is a crisis, work with them. And if there is anything that you need to help them, build a school, create drainage system, etc., that will benefit both of you or benefit them directly, and it could be budgeted for, work with them. So that way you will have good image. Then also determine how you dispose your waste. Don't cause a nuisance with your waste to the community. Also determine how the environmental pollution in the community where you are located, the noise level of your organization, if any, and the relationship of your workers with the community where you are operating. From time to time, you should be able to know where you stand with the community. That way, you will be able to sustain a good relationship with them.